having a background in MMA your entire life, right? Growing up at early age and just being in it, how it just shapes your mind. You just you see things differently, you think differently, you operate differently, you behave differently. And just how important it is having that type of discipline.
The extreme discipline it's crucial for any type of success in anything. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I remember when I first started fighting, because I wasn't the most talented, I wasn't the most athletic, I definitely wasn't the smartest. My best attributes when I was fighting was I was tough and I hit really hard. And that is a recipe to get your ass kicked because you don't quit. Because the whole time, even when I'm losing, all I got to do is land one punch. That's it, land one punch. So I'm taking it to land one punch. So you don't know to give up. But doing the hard stuff, most people know who they are, but I think it's way more important to know who you're not. And when you're fighting, you realize who you're not and who you are at a high level, and you can grow on it. I was training with one of my guys this morning. I took him down against the wall and I'm hitting him, and he's like, "Man, I just feel like I got my butt kicked the whole time." I was like, "This time last year," I said, "you would have tried to quit." I was like, you become the person who doesn't quit now. That's the best attribute you could ever learn. I'd rather you continue to get your butt kicked every day for the rest of your life and have learned not to ever give up. That's going to take you further in life than beating up a 46-year-old retired fighter. I was like, that is the strongest attribute. And I think when you start learning about yourself, you know what triggers in your head about quitting or stopping or pushing forward. But what it taught me was I don't have to have all the talent in the world. I just have to outwork you. And I outwork you in learning, reading, coaches, mentorship, courses, books, podcasts, and then doing the actual work. You can't be beat. You can't be beat.
Can I unpack that? Because I wrote it down, at least tried to write a lot of that down, Tim. But the thing that is just keeps being ingrained in my brain is that the biggest, there's all these things they talk about: skill, being highly skilled versus being tenacious. And I believe tenacity beats skill. Because it's not the highest skilled person. Because if the highest skilled person isn't tenacious and they quit, the person who's not quitting, who's less skilled, going to win. And that's especially in real estate. But what you said, I want you to unpack. Know what you're not, more so than what what your strengths are. Know were you kind of going with know what your weaknesses are going into it, know and accept what those are so you can backfill them. Could you explain a little bit deeper what you meant by that?
And first I'm going to touch on the tenacity part, because that's on my shoulder. I have can't teach tough. And because I can tell people, I can teach anyone to fight. I can teach anyone martial arts. I can't teach everybody to fight, because you got to have that within inside of you. And you're talking about the tenacity. I would rather take a fighter that is a 5 out of 10 that has grit and will never give up over a skilled fighter that's a 10 out of 10, because my guy will beat him in a long enough runway. I'll get him conditioned enough. The pressure will be too hard, and then they'll fold that other guy. So that tenacity is super crucial.
Yeah.
So knowing who you're not, it gives me two big pluses, two big opportunities. One, I can backfill it with knowledge. I can understand it. I can explain it. I can become sharper in those areas, because, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And just like a sword, it only cuts where it's sharp. So you have to sharpen where you're not sharp. You have to sharpen where you're not sharp as well. But also, once you get into building a business, it's like everybody, I do some coaching too, and everybody wants to, I'm going to hire an ISA. I'm going to hire this. I'm like, you want to hire an ISA because you hate making phone calls. The phones are where you make your money. What are you not good at? We're not having this conversation if you're horrible on the phone. You're not building a business. So trying to teach them what they're weak at, because a lot of people want to leverage what they want to leverage what they don't like. And it's like, no, you leverage what you're not good at. That's how you strengthen the whole group.